Hi. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Matt Collins from Krotos. We are a sound technology company. What we're showing today is our new integration of our product, Krotos Studio, using our video to sound technology.
So this area there?
This is it here. So this is our new addition. So this is a Adobe Premiere panel in Premiere. So what this allows you to do now is do sound design directly with your timeline. So what this does, all I need to do is set a region of this video that I'm looking at. So I'm going to do all this section. I'm going to go to my panel and I'm going to say, what types of sound do I want to add? I want the background ambience and I want some transition sounds, rises, impacts, wooshes. Cool.
So it analyzes the video?
That's right, yeah.
So to figure out what sound will be good?
Precisely, yeah. And what it's going to do, it's going to take maybe a minute or so to do this. It's going to go through all these sections of the clip that I selected. So
it's totally AI?
So it's AI assisted, so the analysis and the decision making is being done by the AI, but what it's going to do is it's going to be selecting high quality real audio and downloading it and putting that in sync perfectly on the timeline. So it's not
what
generative
do you mean real audio.
So it's not generative audio, it's not synthesized. It is
from your catalog of sound?
Real audio, real high quality audio recorded by top sound designers, right? So I think that's where a lot of people are a little skeptical, rightly so, about AI tools, in that the quality isn't there, right? So the quality here is really fantastic. It's as good as any sound library, but we're taking away like tons of steps that people really don't like doing, right? You don't like browsing through libraries on the internet or listening to loads of sounds and then dragging them in and auditioning them and synchronizing them.
And you just give one option, or do you switch between options?
So
what the output is?
So that's a great question. We can do that once the sound appears here on the timeline. We then have options to swap it out, maintaining the sync, to iterate on that and get the exact result we're looking for. All right, so what's going to start happening now is you will see the sound start to appear on the timeline. So it's going to appear one layer at a time. So that's the first layer of ambience for this whole section. There's a second layer coming in, and you're going to see a few more layers, and then you're also going to see some transition effects. And they're going to be a different
layer of ambience, or what is it? And also music?
So no music at this time, just sound effects. So what we've got here is four layers of ambience, because that's going to give you a lot more options, going to give you a much more diverse result.
And what is this stuff going on there?
So this stuff down here are the transitions. So we've got a riser, a whoosh, and an impact that have been added automatically on the scene cut. So let's take a listen and see what it sounds like.
Nice.
Okay, cool. So what we're going to do next is we're going to iterate. We're going to customize this and change it a little bit. So for me, what I'd like to do is change the impact sounds that were added automatically. So I'm going to go up to my panel here. I'm going to click on impacts, and I'm going to go from intense to soft. And when I hit this button, the impacts that are down here are going to swap, but they're going to stay in sync. So that's super cool because it saves me loads of time. I'm going to do the same for the whooshes. I'm going to say I want a whoosh that's a little more cinematic. Swap those out again. There they go. So now when we listen back here, we're going to have a slightly different feel. But that was really easy to do, and it maintained the sync that was automatically detected. Cool, there we go. So, and again, so because this is all real audio and it's in layers, if there's a section of it that I don't like, I can just cut it out, right? I can just cut. Maybe I don't want this layer anymore. I can turn it down, I can delete it. I've got control here. So everything is in layers and in sections to give me control so I can get exactly the sound that I want for my scene. So all we need to do next, we can go to a different section. So we'll just select a different section of our clip. Let's go from here to here. And we'll go back, and we'll start another scene.
So it's basically looking at every frame, figuring out what kind of ambience would be good.
Yep. And then it's looking for cuts that you can add the transitions onto.
Is there like an unlimited potential for sound? It could be so many different things. But you're using from your limited library of what's there, or?
Sure. So I mean, we look at this clip. It's in a city, yeah? So we're obviously going to choose sounds from our library that are in an urban environment and that we think are going to fit. So we've got a huge library of, I think it's something like 60, 70,000 sounds online that it's going to select. But it's only going to be looking at, for this clip and this section, only clips that are in an urban environment. But we're looking at expanding that library all the time. So it's going to get bigger and more accurate and also easier for you to customize as well.
Is there any chance you could use AI to expand what you got? You know what I mean? Like even customize further on all these professional sounds that were made to increase it to be unlimited.
It's definitely possible. I mean, our position on generative AI is that we prefer to stay with real recorded sound because it gives you the quality that everyone users are looking for. But in theory, that's absolutely possible. Yeah, but that's not a direction we're going with at this point.
So these companies there, these projects, Game of Thrones, Stranger Things, your customers?
They are customers, yeah. So they're customers of some of our other products that were already made for professional sound designers. So all these amazing projects, they used those tools in some shape or form during the production. So for example, like Stranger Things, they used our product Dehumanizer, which is like a specialist tool for sound designers for doing like creature voices. And what we're doing now is taking all those lessons and all that technology that we built for that sector and bringing it over to editors and a wider market.
Let's listen to this, what it
So this one's
there.
coming in as well now.
Right, still coming in.
One more layer and then it's all going to be done. Okay, let's take a listen. Okay, so something here that's a good example is that the AI has actually made a poor decision there, but I can fix
too
it.
many beep beeps.
Exactly, right. So I can see that that's where they are. I can just make a quick cut and I can turn them down by 14 dB. I think that works much better, right? Yeah. And that was an easy change for you to make. So even though the AI has made some good choices, it's going to make mistakes, but the important thing is I can fix them and get them to what I want, which is what matters.
So you're based in the UK?
Yeah, in UK and Greece.
And what is the business model?
Sorry?
How does it work with the business model?
So everything we're seeing today is part of the Krotos Studio subscription, so monthly or yearly options, and we've got a studio tier and a pro tier and a max tier. So depending on your use, what you're doing, if you're working on broadcast or just working on content for YouTube, that type of thing, we've got various options for you. You can obviously jump in.
If I'm just
on
a YouTuber, it's affordable?
Absolutely, yes. Plans start at $9.99 a month for YouTubers.
Imagine every pixel, every sound. Enabled through HDMI technology. From the highest resolutions, the fastest refresh rates, to immersive multi-channel audio, HDMI technology powers a worldwide ecosystem of devices. For movies, for gaming, for creators. Experience clarity, performance, connection. HDMI technology. Connect the future today.